এই যে দুটো
that time, British government raised dwarf field force. There were 12 dwarfs. Then how the Reverend Sidney Endel advocated for inner line system to be granted to this area. I have highlighted this also. Then ratification of Sinsula Treaty, how British government paid revenue to the Royal Bhutan government and worked for the safety and security of the Bodo people here. Establishment of hostels. We have just seen along with our Sir Tweak St. Paul Hostel, which was established in 1865 itself. That means 170 years ago. Establishment of hospitals in various places. He established hospitals, and even here he established one hospital here. Also, Reverend Sidney Endel was the first person to compile a handbook on Bodo language. That was an outline of grammar of the Kachari languages, and that was published in 1884 itself. 1884. First monograph of the Bodos. He published the first monograph on Bodo people, and the name of the monograph, his popular monograph, was the Kachari. And in that Kachari monograph, he highlighted on Bato worship also, and he was the person, we will say, according to his writing in the Kachari, he was the first person to highlight Bato, the indigenous worship or religion, in his book, the Kachari. And I have highlighted visit to the Bodo villages. Number A I have given here, visit to Daima Gusum or Arengpara, Nispotola. Regular meeting at Atarighat. Visit to Arengpara, Nispotola. Human resource development. How he worked for human resource development. Foundation of school at Arengpara. Foundation of health center at Suala Tea Estate. Presently Tea Estate, but at that time there was no Tea Estate, of course. Foundation of museum at Nissekar. Visit to Mongol Maka, Totlapara. Rest house at Jalukbari, Tongla. Visit to Odla Khasibari area. Visit to Kuvirali area. Visit to Sengahali area. Visit to Bhairupkondo area. Visit to Maibra Hajar, sticky rice hillock at Bhairupkondo actually. Visit to Kalajar, Black Fever area. Visit to Ayungma, Ghostly Men's Caps near Bhairupkondo. Social reforms and conclusion. All these things Reverend Sidney Endel did within 43 years. Reverend Sidney Endel arrived here in Tezpur and Wangvari at the age of 24, young as a missionary. Then established headquarters at Tezpur of Kachari Mission and second headquarters at Wangvari. Though the versatile genius Sidney Endel was a missionary worker appointed by the Society for the Propagation of the Gospel, he did not confine to the primary duty only, but dedicated himself parallelly for the development of education, health, carried out social reforms amongst the Bodos. He dedicated himself for rescuing the Bodo language and culture, as well as for the development of Bodo literature. His activities and sacrifices taught us something greater than what we presume. His contributions, sacrifices, and love for the Bodo community manifest universality. He has left a legacy for us and our children we owe our debt to repay him. So the greatest question we have today is how do we repay it? Thank you very much.
And bring cyclonic storm with their thunderbolt from the side of southwest before the new year starts, and then the southwest monsoon comes for 6 months. Thus the rainy summer season begins, the season which helps farmers for paddy cultivation, the main food of the Bodos. Sea is also reborn and reclines the dormant living earthly creatures and rebuilds the half-hid nature into beauty. So the Bodos believe that the wind and water is the goddess of wind and water. That is why they devote and welcome her once in every year. Therefore, now I would like to request the dance group to please come upon the stage and perform their beautiful Bodo folk dance.
Dr. Nirod, Sorgwari, আপনার উপর মাতা হয়েছে অনুগ্রহ করে আহিব আমি হাতরে আপনাদের আদৰি লৈছোঁ আমার লগতে এইটো আমার যেটো শর্ট হিস্ট্রি রেভারেন্ড সিডনি এন্ডেলৰ ওপৰত লিখিছে তেখেত হৈছে মিস্টাৰ ফিনোল বসুমতাৰী গতিকে তেখেত মিস্টাৰ ফিনোল বসুমতাৰী মই ষ্টেজত আহিবলৈ অনুৰোধ কৰিছোঁ তেখেতক আমি আদৰ সন্মান জনাবলৈ ইচ্ছা কৰিছোঁ প্লিজ ওপৰত আহক আমি এই সময়ত মিস্টাৰ ফিনোল বসুমতাৰীক আমি আমাৰ আৰণাই দি সম্বৰ্ধনা জনাব বিচাৰিছোঁ সকলোৱে হাততালি বজাই Thank you very much, sir.
So I would like to request the dance team to please come forward the stage. And briefing about the dance form, Dahal Tungri. The Dahal Tungri is the folk dance of the Bodos. The meaning of Dahal Tungri means sword. It is originated from Bato Kerai Puja. Thank you.
dance performance. Now moving forward, I'd like to take this opportunity to call upon the Honorable Speaker of Assam Legislative Assembly, Sir Biswajit Deimari, to come forward and deliver his speech. Thank you, sir.
Honorable, our today's chief guest, Stephen Tweed, the Honorable Secretary General of CPA, Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, and our Commonwealth Parliamentary Association's strategy officer, Emily Davis. Then here from our Lok Sabha, Honorable Arun Kumar ji, Yumnam Arun Kumar ji, he is from Manipur. And from Lok Sabha, our one official is here, Mr. Bishas. Our Principal Secretary of Assam Legislative Assembly, Mr. Hemant Das. Then we have here the Deputy Chief of Bodoland Territorial Council, Bodoland, and Executive Member, Mr. Nilut Bosumotari, or Sorgiari, Bosumotari. Sorgiari. Okay, here with us our Bodo Literary Organization. We say Bodo Chaito Sobha, the Secretary General. We say General Secretary, Mr. Prasanto Boro, and our Council, MCLA, local MLA in the Bodoland. So Mr. Dilip Boro, and so many distinguished persons are here. Mr. Pinoel Bosumotari, he is the official. I think IRS, no? Earlier. Indian Audit and Accounts Officers. He is our senior, our guardian for the peoples. And Pradeep Deimari is here, our honorable. He also first Deputy CM, Deputy Chief of Bodoland Autonomous Council, that Mr. Deimari. And we have many leaders here. Anjali Vaideo is here also. Anjali Deimari and other distinguished guests and our local respected leaders of various organizations. Gasai जोंनि गुबुन-गुबुन आफादनि दैदेनगिरि बिथांमोन, बायदिसिना फसंथाननि दैदेनगिरि नोंथांमोन, आरो मोर प्रेसर बन्धुসকল আছে। আজি আমাৰ সকলৰ কাৰণে এটা সৌভাগ্যৰ দিন। আমাৰ মাজত আজি লণ্ডনৰ পৰা অতিথি আহি পাইছে মিষ্টাৰ ষ্টিফেন টুইট আৰু এমলি ডেভিছ, আৰু তেখেতসকল হ'ল কমনৱেলথ পাৰ্লিয়ামেণ্ট এছ'চিয়েশ্যন, যিটো ব্ৰিটিছে এটা সময়ত যিবোৰ দেশখন শাসন কৰিছিলে, এই দেশবোৰ যিমান আছিলে তেওঁলোকে ইণ্ডিপেণ্ডেণ্ট হোৱাৰ পিছতো একেলগে ইউকেৰ লগত, ইউনাইটেড কিংডমৰ লগত বা ব্ৰিটিছ পাৰ্লিয়ামেণ্টৰ লগত এটা মানে কোঅৰ্ডিনেশ্যন আছে। আৰু সেইটো লৈ ফালে গোটেই পাৰ্লিয়ামেণ্ট, গোটেই দেশখনৰ য'ত মানে 17,000 পাৰ্লিয়ামেণ্টেৰিয়ান আছে, মানে ইয়াৰ এটা এছ'চিয়েশ্যন। আৰু এই এছ'চিয়েশ্যনৰ আমাৰ তেখেত ছেক্ৰেটাৰী জেনেৰেল হয় লণ্ডনৰ পৰা। তো যিহেতু ব্ৰিটিছৰ মানে যিটো প্ৰশাসন আৰু ব্ৰিটিছ যিটো পিৰিয়ড আছিলে গোটেই সেই পৃথিৱীৰ কিছুমান অংশত, সেই ব্ৰিটিছ পিৰিয়ডৰ সময়ত বিভিন্ন কথা এই CPR লগত সম্পৰ্ক আছে। তো আমাৰ এই জায়গাটো ইয়াৰ লগত জড়িত আছে যে এই বেংবাৰী য'ত আমি আছোঁ, ইয়াত আমাৰ ব্ৰিটিছৰ সময়ত ছিডনী এঞ্জেল চাহাবে ইয়াত কিতাপী লৈছিলে, ইয়াত আহি কাম কৰিছিলে। আৰু যিটো কাম কৰাত অকল তেওঁ যিটো পাৰপাছত নিয়োজিত হৈছিলে তাতে আবদ্ধ হৈ নাথাকি ফালে এই অঞ্চলৰ অসমখনৰ উন্নয়নৰ কাৰণে তেখেতে বিভিন্ন সমাজৰ কল্যাণাৰ্থে কাম কৰিবলৈ হাতত লৈছে। আৰু সবতকৈ ডাঙৰ কথাটো হ'ল তেওঁ ইয়াত শিক্ষাৰ পোহৰ তেওঁ ইয়াতে আনিবলৈ চেষ্টা কৰিছিল আৰু অসমত তেওঁ প্ৰথম স্কুল স্থাপন কৰিছিল। Sydney Angel sahabe. আৰু ইয়াৰ পিছত ইয়াৰ পঢ়া শুনাৰ আৰম্ভ হৈছিল আৰু ইয়াত আমাৰ লোকেল সবেই জানে সবেই কৈছে যে বড়োসকলৰ বিশেষ কৰি বহুত লাভৱান হৈছিল আৰু প্ৰথম বড়ো ডক্টৰ আমাৰ জেমছন মছাহাৰী যাক জেমছ সুনি বুলি পিছত জনা যায় তেওঁ প্ৰথম ডক্টৰ আছিলে 1923 না 23 না 29 তেতিয়াই তেওঁ ডক্টৰ ডিগ্ৰী পাইছিলে here after foundation of Sydney Angel Sahab one Bodo was a doctorate in 1929 Mr. Jameson Musahari who is known as James Suni also they are all relatives are here he is the first Bodo doctor from here and it's because of this Sydney Angel Sahab's initiatives. And not only that, say I already told our chief guest that Sydney Angels when he come here, he tried to study the Bodo language and Bodo cultures, and after that he first wrote the Bodo songs in English script, which is a Romance script first. When he introduced the school, and at the same time, he started to learn the Bodo language, and after learning, he wrote the Bodo songs also, and the Bodo folktales also. And after that, how is Bodo language speaking as per the grammatical line? He explained to others. And he published one grammar book also about the Bodo language, how to use the Bodo words and suffix, affix, these words, how come, and how Bodo sentence can make in different tense. So he wrote the Bodo grammar, Kosari grammar, during that time, that period. And through this only, people of Assam, people of India, even abroad, knows about the Bodo language. Even we Bodo people, when sometime come some trip for us that Bodo language are nothing, then we always take the names of Sydney Angel Sahab. No, Sydney Angel Sahab already wrote in 1800, within 70-80, the Bodo language, about the Bodo grammars also. The Bodo is the richest language of the world. Actually, the Bodos have so many words. Largest word stock has Bodo in the world. We have many words to explain. Anything what you think, what you feel, what you see, all you can express with the Bodos. We have available word stock, which is not in the English and other languages also. So such kind of rich language, this Bodo people have. This is the Bodo language which Sydney Angel Sahab explained through his grammar books. Written by him, many literature is there which is still in Kolkata in National Library. So now it's already over 150 years, about 140 years. And still his all establishments, these SARs and schools that exist. So that's why our Honorable Stephen Twigg and Honorable Emily Davis is here from London, and Sydney Angel was the forefather of them, and he has done lots of work here. So I thought that if they come here and see all the things, then definitely our relation will be more than the what CPA has created within the Commonwealth countries through this journey, through these steps of Mr. Twigg here. Because coming here and meeting all the people here, I think already you can feel what was during the time of British period, what happened. So we're lucky enough. So I thought the Sydney Angels. He is all for us, and God sent him here for us only. But we are not a good people. We don't understand. The people could not identify the people also, not follow their works also. This is our guilty, what's it? Our wrong thinking. Now we feel. And today, we all feel that actually we all are missing now Sydney Angels. Without Sydney Angels, Bodo people may lose their language, their culture, maybe. But his creation is help us to exist till today. And after following his literature only, our people started to write, started to preserve, and started to use our language in various purposes. Now this language is recognized by the Indian government as a national language. And in this Assam government also now as a official language, they already recognized. And as a speaker, I already now implemented in the Assam Legislative Assembly. Now people can speak in Bodo also in Assam Legislative Assembly. We have interpreter. If somebody could not understand, then there is interpreter who can translate the Bodo language. So we are in this position now. To Mr. Stephen Twig, your visit will encourage us, our people, and will definitely in the future will tell others also what our languages, our cultures, and these dances all will that time encouraged by the Sydney Angel Sahab, because he wrote all our folk songs also. So that time he understood what are the importance of that. तो आमार हकलर काने भाइखौ जों बयनिबो थाखाय बियो खाफालनि बाथ्रा जे सिडनी एन्जेल साहाबा बेवहाय फैनानै दिनैनिफ्राय 150 बोसोर सिगां 150 खौ नांसिगोन 140 ना मा जाहैबाय हा 170 170 years जाबाय जे बिथाङा बेवहाय फैनानै गोबां खामानि मावदों सेंग्रामोन 24 बोसोर बैसोल'मोन 24 बैसोआवथ' जोंना बिमा बिफानिबो खोथा लाया नङा होमबा बे समावनो सिडनी एन्जेल साहाबा गावनि नङा बेवहाय जाय खामानिनि थाखाय फैदों बेल' नङा बेनि अनगा गासै सुबुं समाजनि थाखायनो बिथाङा सानदोंमोन मावदोंमोन सारा आसामाव खामानि मावदोंमोन आरो बिसेस करि जों बर'फोरनि थाखाय बिथाङा जोंनि रावखौ जोंनि बर'फ्रा फरायजेनै समावनो लिरजेनदों जोंनि मा होनो बर'नि खुगा मेथाइफोरखौ आरो बर'नि सल'बाथाफोरखौ बिनि उनाव बर' राव बे बर' रावखौ माबोरै रायलायो बे बर' रावा बायदिसिना बाथ्राखौ फोरमायोबा थांखांनायखौ माबोरै बुङो सोलिनायखौ माबोरै बुङो फैगोनखौ माबोरै बुङो नङा होमबा बिनि जितु ग्रामार रावखान्थि होननानै जों बुंदों बेखौ बे समावनो सिडनी एन्जेल साहाबा इंलिशजों लिरनानै बुजायदोंमोन जे बर' राव मोनसेया बाथ्रा मोनसेखौ बोरै सुजुनाय जायो प्रेजेन्ट टेन्स पास्ट टेन्स फिउचार टेन्सआव बाथ्राखौ बोरै बर'फ्रा बर' रावखौ बोरै सुजुयो बिनि सोमोन्दै ग्रामारखौसो जों दाख्लै बावैसो सोलोंबाय थादों ग्रामारखौ नाथाय होमब्लानो एन्जेल साहाबा मोनसे रावाव माखासे खान्थि थायो नियम खान्थिफोर थायो आरो बे नेम खान्थि मथेसो बे रावा सोलियो थांखांनाय बाथ्राखौ फोरमायनोब्ला बिनि मोनसे खान्थि दं जेनेबा जाखांबाय होनाबाथ' नों जानायखौ जाबाय होनना बुंनो हाया दा जाबाय थानायखौथ' जाखांबाय होननो हाया नोंथ' जाबायसो थादों जुदि नों दाबो जायाखैनोबा जागोनसो नोंथ' दानो जाबाय होननो बुंनो हाया अब्ला बेखौ फोरमायनायाव जाबाय जादों जागोन गतिके जाजों दों दाजाबनानै सोलिबाय थानायखौ जाजों गोन दाजाबनानै फैबाय थानायखौ जाजों बाय दाजाबनानै जाखांनायखौ बर'फ्रा माने बे राव बिदै दाजाबोब्ला बे बिदै जायो बे समावनो 1870-80 नि गेजेराव बिथाङा बेखौ लिरदों जोंथ' साफायखांनानैसो नुबाय बिनि आगोलावनो बिथाङा बेखौ लिरदों बर' रावखौ बर' रावनि रावखान्थि मुलुगाव बुहुमाव बर' रावानो जाबाय बयनिख्रुइबो बांसिन सोदोब थानाय राव पृथिबीनि गेजेरावनो बर'हा बांसिन सोदोब दं आरो बेखौ एन्जेल साहाबा बे समाव फैनानै नुफैदोंमोन बुजिफैदोंमोन आरो एमन डेभेलप राव अब्लानो बिथाङा बर'नि ग्रामारखौ बै समनि स्टेन्डार्ड इंलिश लेंगुवेजजों कम्पेयार खालामनानै बियो बे ग्रामारखौ फोरमायनो हादोंमोन आरो मा The Bodoland language was too rich during the time of his visit. Only English have grammar. Here nobody knows about the grammar. But Bodoland language is the ancient language, but it has already standard grammar like English, but which is not written. Sidney Angel, when he came here, he understood the language and the grammatical point of view. Then when he understood all this, he wrote the Bodo grammar. So you will see how rich was Bodo language. Already Bodo have grammar. Many languages later on they developed, but Bodo is already developed language. Already developed. It has already grammar. It has already many words and many rules to make the sentence, what time, how to explain what he wants to let know the others. These all methods have in Bodo language, and it was just founded by our Sidney Angel Sahab. तो आमी क्यों नहीं भाबो जों माला सानफेरो बेफोर खोथाफोरखौ गतिके जोंनि रावा आगोलनिफ्रायनो दंखायोमोन ग्रामाराबो दंखायोमोन सब दंखायोमोन जेखौ एन्जेल साहाबा फोरमायदों बे बाथ्राखौ जेखौ जों गावनो मोनथिया जे जोंनि रावाव आरो जोंनि रावखौ जुगामि फोथांनानै लाखिनांगौबा मोनसे ग्रामारनि गोनांथि तो आं गोबां बाथ्रा जेबो बुंनो थांला नोंथांमोन बयखौबो आं साबायखर बावदों दिनै बेवहाय मोनथिनाय लेखा सफैनायनि थाखाय आदा पेनुवेलखौ आं साबायखर बावदों बिथाङा बिथांनि आर्टिकेल सिडनी एन्जेल साहाबनि आगोलाव सेमिनाराव गथायनाय आरो प्रेसाव हरनायखौ आंनो खर धरै दाख्लै हरदों जेखौ प्रिन्ट खालामनानै दिनै बयबो बिनि सोमोन्दै गोरलैयै मोनथिनो हादों सिडनी एन्जेल साहाबनि गोबां बाथ्रा दं नाथाय बिनि गेजेराव बर'नि बाथ्राखौ नागिरनो थाङोब्ला सरासनस्रा मानसिया थाबैनो मोना ओंखायनो आं बेवहायबो बुंदोंमोन जे जों मात्र मोनब्रै मोनबा पेजजों only जोंनि सोमोन्दै मा मावदों मा लिरदोंखौ जोङो लेखा हिसाबै दिहुननांगौ खिन्थु आदा प्रदीप दैमारिया 45 पेज लिरनानै दा नागिरनांगौ जाफिनबाय थादों बे 45 पेजाव माब्लामोन मामोन आंनो नागिरनानै थाब मोनाखै बेखौ दा बेबायदि बाथ्रा थेवबो आं बिथांखौ साबायखर बावदों गासै बेंबारनि मानसिफ्रा जोबोद खस्थ' खालामदों मोनथिनाय लोगो लोगो बेफोरखौ खालामनो गतिके जों दिनै मोजाङै बेखौ फोरमायनो हाबाय गोसोखांफिननो हाबाय जोंनि हारियाबो गोबाङानो मोनथिया आं मोनथियामोन सिडनी एन्जेल साहाबा जोंनि ग्रामार लिरदों आं बेखौ मोनथिगौ नाथाय सिडनी एन्जेल साहाबा दि बेंबारियावनो थानानै बेवहायनो गासैखौबो खालामदों आरो बेंबारियाव जे दिनैसिमबो बेफोर गासिबो माबाया जायगाया दंजोबो आं मोनथियामोन दाख्लै एमएलए जाखांनानै फैबाय थानांनायाव आंखौ जोंहा बे एक्सन भाइमोना बेवहाय लानानै फैदों बिनि उनावसो आङो मोनथिदों आं जोबोद गावखौनो गाव लाजिनायानो हाला आंनो बिनि थाखाय दा बे जोंनि गुदि बिनिफ्रायसो बर'फ्रा आरम्भ जादों राव थुनलाइनि बेलायाव बेखौ जों जुगामि फोथांनांगौ आरो बेखौ जों रेसपेक्ट होनो रोंनांगौ होमब्लासो जोंनि इयुना मोजां जाहैगोन दा बियो 100 बोसोर बारबाय 200 बोसोर जानोसै जोंहा आसाम गभर्नमेन्टआ मोनसे प्लेन दं जेसेबां जोंनि बेबायदि 100 बोसोरनि बारनाय बेबायदि स्कुलानो जा बेबायदि माने मा होनो माबा मोनसे फसंथानानो जा गिर्जायानो जा जियानो जा बेखौ अरायबो गोजोर लाखिनो थाखाय दा आसाम गभर्नमेन्टआ माखासे प्रजेक्ट लादों दा आं बेखौसो रायलायफैदोंमोन जे जों जेरैखि जाया थाबैनो थिग थाक खालामनानै चिफ मिनिस्टारखौ लाबोनानै बे सिडनी एन्जेल साहाबनि जेफोर दा बायनो थांगासिनो दं बेखौ जोङो प्रिजार्भ खालामनांगौ फसंनानै लाखिनांगौ जुगामि बेनि थाखाय जों खामानि मावनांगौ दा ओंखायनो दिनै बेवहाय बिथांखौ लाबोदों आरो जों इयुनाव चिफ मिनिस्टारजों रायलायनानै बेनि गासै जिथु नेरसोन बे नेरसोनखौ जों जाहाथे इयुननि थाखाय रैखाथि होनो हायो आरो बेखौ जौगाथाय खामानि मावनो हायो बिनि थाखाय जोङो राहा लानांगौ तो we will take to preserve this place because still exist the school buildings also so that's why we have a good plan in of Assam government so whose properties are already over 100 years we have to preserve it we have to protect it and this site should be developed and we'll try to include this Bengbari Sydney Angels Center also this mission also to in this scheme in this project so that we can protect and preserve this center for future ভবিষ্যতৰ কাৰণে আমি যাহাতে হেতু প্ৰটেক্ট কৰিব পাৰো আৰু হেতুই আমাৰ ইতিহাস তাক বাদ দিলে আমাৰ কোনো পৰিচয় নাই সিডনী এঞ্জেল সাহাবক জানিব পাৰে আমাৰ নিচিনা মানুহ কিয় জানিব যিজন এই জাগাৰ প্ৰতি অকণমানো মানে কি কয় সহানুভূতি নাই আমিতো মানুহেই হ'ব নোৱাৰো हेतु तो এইখিনি কথা बेखिनिखौनो बुंबाय जों बयबो खौसेयै थानानै बेफोरखौ दा गोसो खांफिनलायनानै खामानि मावलायलांनांगोन नङाबा हारि हारि जाथि जाथिनानै जाथिनि मा मावनो जोंलाय ओंखायनो बे तो दिनै गोजोनबाय बयनिसिमबो आंनि गोसो गोरबोनि खुलुमनायखौ बावहरनानै आं आंनि बिबुंथिखौ बेयावनो फोजोबबाय आरो दान्दिसे मोसानाय नायनोसै आलासिया बिनि उनाव गावसिनि गोसोनि मोन्दांथिखौ फोरमायलांगोन बिनि उनाव बिथांमोनखौ लानानै थांफिनसै उनफ्राव जोङो बिनि थाखाय मा मावनो हायो जयैनो सावरायलायनानै जों खामानि मावलांनोसै गोजोन्थों
नोंथांनिसिमबो आंनि खुलुमनाय बावहरबाय मोनाबिलिनि
Honourable Speaker Demery, Dr. Kumar and Mr. Biswas from the Indian Lok Sabha, all protocols observed, ladies, gentlemen, friends.
मानगोनां जोंनि बिधान सभानि स्पिकार बिथां आरो लोगोसे दिल्लीनिफ्राय फैनो हानाय आलासि बिथांमोन आरो जोंनि गेजेराव नुजाफैनो हानाय आलासि नोंथांमोन.
It is my pleasure to be here as part of my first visit to India.
नोंथांमोननि गेजेराव सेथि खेब फैनानै नोंथांमोनखौ लोगो मोननो मोननाया आंनि थाखाय गेदेरसिन खाबु होननानै आं सान्दों.
And to enjoy the warmth, hospitality and friendship of the people of Assam.
नोंथांमोननि बिब्दिहि बरायनायखौ मोननानै आं थारैनो रंजादों आरो बे आसाम हादराव फैनानै आंनि बे नोंथांमोननि मानखौ आङो मोननानै थारैनो गोसोआव रंजानाय मोनदों.
In particular, can I thank Mr. Speaker, his wife and the fantastic team at the Legislative Assembly for the support and welcome that they have given to us this week.
बिशेष करि आङो साबायखर बावनो हास्थायदों जोंनि बे आसाम स्टेटनि लेजिस्लेटिभ एसेम्ब्लिनि स्पिकार बिथांनि दैदेननायाव बे गासैबो हाबाफारिखौ खुंफुंनायाव बिथांना मदद खालामनायनि थाखाय.
And I look forward to returning to Assam in April to Guwahati for the International Executive Committee of the CPA.
फैबाय थानाय समाव कमनवेल्थ पार्लियामेन्टारि एसोसिएशननि जा गेदेर हाबाफारिनि मिटिं खुंनो गोनां दङ बै मिटिं खुंनायनि थाखाय आङो आसामाव फिन खेब फैफिननो हास्थायदों.
A big theme of today's event is education.
दिनैनि सावरायनो गोनां गुबैथार बिसया जाहैबाय जोंनि सोलोंथाय.
And this week I have learned a lot about Assam.
आरो बे सप्तानि गेजेराव आङो बे आसाम स्टेटनि सोमोन्दै गोबां बिसयखौ आं सोलोंनो मोनदों.
About the Bodo people and of course about the Bodo language.
बर' माहारि आरो बर'नि थुनलाइनि बिसय आं गोबां बिसयखौ आं सोलोंनो मोनदों.
And in particular, of course, I've learned about the Reverend Sidney Endell.
आरो बिनि बांसिन आङो मानगोनां जोंनि रेभारेन्ड सिडनी एन्डेलनि सोमोन्दै गोबां बिसयखौ आं सोलोंनो मोनदों.
It was an honor earlier to unveil, as said there, the monolith.
बे आंनि थाखाय मोनसे खाबु जे रेभारेन्ड सिडनी एन्डेलनि जि मन'लेन्डखौ आङो बेखेवनायजों बे हाबाफारिखौ मावनो मोननाया.
At St. Paul's Church and also to visit the school.
आङो बेयाव थानाय सेन्ट पल गिर्जा लोगोसे बे ओनसोलाव थानाय स्कुलखौ नायबिजिरनो मोननाया.
Language is such an important thing. It's how we communicate with each other and the work that has been done to protect the Bodo language.
राव थुनलाइया साबनिसै गोनांथिन बिसय जा बिसय जोंनि गेजेरजों जों बेजों बे मिथिलायनो हायो आरो बांसिन बर' हारिनि राव थुनलाइखौ जों मिथिनो हायो.
Is something to be incredibly proud of.
आरो बेखौ मोननायखाय बियो थारैनो मोनसे बाख्नायनो गोनां बिसय.
So thank you very much indeed for allowing me to be part of this celebration.
नोंथांमोननि बे गासै गाजा गोमजायै खुंनाय हाबाफारियाव बाहागो लानो मोननायनि खाबु मोननायनि थाखाय आं नोंथांमोनखौ बयखौबो हामबाय होननो हास्थायदों.
It is wonderful to see so many people here.
नोंथांमोनखौ गोबां हंखियाव नुनो मोननाया आंनि थाखाय रंजानायनि बिसय.
And in particular to meet so many children and young people.
आरो गोबां उन्दै गथ'फोर गोबां जोहोलावजोफोरखौ लोगो मोननो हानाया आंनि थाखाय मोनसे खाबु.
We know that the COVID pandemic
जों बयबो मिथिगौ दा सोलिबाय थानाय जितु कोभिड पेन्डेमिकनि जितु समस्या
has hit the world very hard over these past 2 years.
बुहुमनाङैनो बारग'लांनाय बोसोरथामाव गासै बुहुमखौ सिमावब्लुंबाय.
We think particularly of those who've lost their lives in India and elsewhere.
जों बिथांमोनखौ गोसोखांनो जायफोरा भारत हादरनि सिङाव थानाय जाय सुबुंफोरा बे मोनसे दुखुनि गेजेरजों बेरामनि गेजेरजों गावनि जिउखौ खोमानो गोनां जाबाय.
But we also think about the children and young people whose education has been disrupted by the pandemic and lockdown.
जों बै सुबुंफोरनि थाखाय उन्दै गथ'फोरनि थाखाय जोहोलावजोफोरनि थाखाय जायफोरा बे पेन्डेमिकनि खारनाव बिथांमोननि सोलोंथाइनि समनिफ्राय बिथांमोना आन्दोआव थानो गोनां जानायखौ.
So in conclusion,
आरो आं बेजोंनो फोजोबनो हास्थायदों.
that is why I'm so pleased to be part of this event.
आरो बेनिखायनो आङो नोंथांमोनजों बे गेदेर खुंनायाव बाहागो लानो मोननाया आंनि मोनसे रंजानाय आरो आंनि मोनसे गोजोननाय.
To remember and recognize the Reverend Sidney Endell
आरो बे हाबाफारिनि गेजेरजों रेभारेन्ड सिडनी एंगेलखौ गोसोखांनो आरो बिनि गासै मावनायखौ मोनथिनो आरो बिथांखौ मान होनो
and to give us all an opportunity
आरो जोंनो बिब्दि मोनसे गोबां खाबुफोरखौ होनो हानायखाय
to dedicate ourselves once again
जों गावखौनो गाव गोबांथार खामानिफोरखौ मावसोमनो थाखाय बावनो हानायफोरबायदि
to the cause of education for all.
आरो जोङो सोलोंथाइखौ जों बयनि थाखायबो बे गोनांथिखौ जोङो बयनोबो होनो हास्थायो
And finally, I'm sure everyone would join me
आरो आं जोबनायाव आं फोथायदों नोंथांमोना बयबो आंजों लोगोसे दङ
in thanking the wonderful dancers and musicians who performed for us here this evening.
जे समायना रमायना मोसानाय दामनाय देनायजों जोंखौ गोजोन होबाय बे गासै समायना हाबाफारिनि थाखाय आं गोसो गोरबोजों बयखौबो हामबाय
Thank you everyone, have a good evening.
नोंथांमोनखौ आरोबाव हामबाय होनदों मोनाबिलिनि हामबाय होननायखौ बावहरबावबाय